Tune in Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the Your Body is Your Pharmacy radio show. Hear from the doctors that were among the first in the U.S. to merge the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda and natural medicines with the advances of modern medical science. Listen to pioneer doctors Virender Sodhi, Shalender, and Anju Sodhi to keep up with some of the latest medical advances and learn from some of the true leaders of Ayurvedic medicines every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. with the Your Body is Your Pharmacy radio show on Desi 1250 a.m. Radio that listens to you. Panchkarma detox treatments are a great way to utilize natural healing mechanisms of the body. Our clinic in Bellevue, Washington offers over 36 years experience in Ayurvedic treatment. Call us for more information about our Panchkarma treatments at 425-453-8022. That's 425-453-8022. If you or someone you know is diagnosed with cancer and is interested in adjunctive holistic approach, please come and meet our doctors at Ayurvedic and Naturopathic Medical Clinic or call us at 425-453-8022. That's 425-453-8022. If you're suffering with diabetes, heart disease, hormonal issues, digestive issues, and other chronic health issues, we offer comprehensive Ayurvedic and naturopathic treatments to reverse your diseases. Call us at 425-453-8022 for more information. Are you looking for quality Ayurvedic and naturopathic treatments for your chronic issues? We offer a holistic, wholesome approach to living with chronic diseases. Call us at 425-453-8022 for more information.
Hi folks, this is Dr. Sodhi with your favorite show, Your Body is Your Natural Pharmacy, where I teach you every day that your body can manufacture every medicine without the interference from outside medicine. But what you need to do is to live according to the laws of Mother Nature and follow a healthy lifestyle, eat according to your body type, have a good sleep, good amount of water, and the body heals automatically. So this is the basis of all the healing processes. Today we have a very interesting topic, the over-the-counter medications, and these medications are utilized almost like candies. More than 80% population of U.S. uses over-the-counter medicine as a first response. So, you can see that almost everybody using these medicines back. So what I'm here today is first to make aware you that there are possibilities. There are other at-home remedy for most of them, which can be very nicely, done and utilized at home, and you can have a kind of side effect free the medications there, which is coming from your own kitchen. So as I said, 81%, that's a huge percentage of people utilizing over-the-counter medication. And a lot of people are not very aware of the side effects of it. Like, for example, we all pop in Tylenol, ibuprofen, without even realizing that Tylenol, ibuprofen, all those non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, including aspirin, can be so bad for your liver. Tylenol class of drugs, which is called acetaminophen, can be the number one cause of liver failure in the world. So I don't know if anybody knows out there that the Tylenol kind of drug is the number one cause of liver failure. And that's what I am here to teach you guys, so that you can have, I'm not saying that, you should never use it. Yes, use it, but use it with caution. Don't overuse it. But if you have a couple of glasses of wine and you have Tylenol on top of it, you may be doing a disaster, or combined with other drugs, which is passed through the liver, and liver is already loaded, and you can have a really bad effect on the liver. And when it comes to kids, we also use a lot of over-the-counter medication for the kids, and it becomes very sticky with the kids because they are smaller, their size is smaller, and their immune system is not mature. So it actually can be really dangerous for the kids to have that kind of medication too. So I think we will talk about as we go, and with the program here, and see what we can do to help this process there. One of that thing is which we all need to understand is that nothing is without side effect. So that should be the first impression you should all have, that all of these medications have a big huge side effects. And if you are using it, you should use it with knowledge, and you can make sure that you also consult with your health practitioner, because these days your doctors are available online. You connect through the helpline, nurses line, but talk to your some healthcare practitioner before giving a medicine. And some of time I'm really annoyed at that a lot of even health practitioner will tell, okay, give Tylenol to the kid or give ibuprofen to the kid, and I'm not in that favor. And as I go, I will tell you what we should be doing for that kind of stuff. So first of all, make sure that you never keep these kind of drugs where the kids can easily approach it. So it should be out of the reach of the kids, because some of the very benign looking supplements like iron can kill kid if they pop in few pills. Tylenol can kill, ibuprofen can kill a kid. So one of the first important thing is hide them in a closet, which is completely out of the reach of these kids. And not only these medication, but also harsh chemicals, which is at home, like chlorine or your Drano, all those type of chemicals which are there in household, ammonia. These are all very hazardous to the kids, and we should put it in a completely out of reach, and it should be under lock and key, because the kids are very smarter these days. And I've seen some interesting things where the kids have done, and sometimes they wonder, wow, where are they getting this all knowledge? So it should be kept out of the reach of the kids, and should be completely safe. And then make sure that especially certain medication comes with the tamper proofs, which is you can't, sorry, but it's not tamper proof, but these child proof stuff, where the children can't open it up, and there's a special mechanism you have to press down and open it up. So make sure that if you have those kind of medication, they are in that bottle, and make sure that it is also still out of the reach of the kids. So this is few things which we all need to be doing. But today we will talk about the over-the-counter commonly used medication, like for fever, diarrhea, cold, sore throat, allergies, insomnia, and whatnot. So, as I said, there is more than $35 billion worth of these medications are sold every year, and then you should understand that this is a huge, huge market, and it's available almost any drugstore, any Safeway store, all those stores anywhere in the area. Around 1 million outlets are there where these things are available. So it's readily available, and some of them has like a huge potential for the abuse, especially the pseudoepinephrines and the Sudafed kind of medicine, which is used for cold and flu symptoms, but also has a little uplifting effect, and people use that for getting high. And so I want you to warn that, if you have that kind of stuff, make sure that we are keeping it away from those kids, and watch it that it does not fall in their hands. So first of all, let's talk about one of the most common condition which people seek over-the-counter medication is pain. Pain is such a thing that we all suffer one time or the other, and pain is the most common symptom where people will go to seek the help of a physician. And so it's common, and it's very common to go over the counter and look for the medication, and the most common are acetaminophen, which is the Tylenol is the trade name, but there are lots of other acetaminophen available. Then the other group is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, which is like a ibuprofen class of group, naproxen, aspirin. These are the three main group of drugs which is used for pain. And this is also used for fever. So this is also for fever and the pain. And we will talk about, fever, what is fever, and what I think about the fever, because I think the fever is a good thing. I don't think fever is a bad thing, but we'll discuss it. Let's talk about the pain first. So let's talk about the toxicity of these drugs first. So the acetaminophen or the Tylenol kind of drugs causes a lot of liver problems. And as I said, this is the number one cause of liver failure uh, in the world. So basically, if we are having problem with the pain, there are other very easy remedies available at home. And similarly, ibuprofen is very commonly used. I have known so many people who pop in Tylenol, ibuprofen, like a candies, or even aspirin like a candies, and they don't come without a huge bundle of side effects. And especially the aspirin, if you're giving to the kids, there is a syndrome called Ray's syndrome, which can be fatal and can really cause damage in the brain, and kids can die, and especially should not be used under the age of 14. Like even the drugs, these all drugs are, by the way, they are blood thinner, but more blood thinners are like ibuprofen. And when you have a drug which is uh, like a blood thinner, so you have to be careful if you're on other medications, especially like blood thinners like Coumadin or Plavix kind of drug. And there are new classes of drug which is also used, like a FEN. And so when you combine these things, Coumadin or warfarin or Plavix or FEN, you are causing to have a more bleeding, and that can be fatal in itself. So those are the some of the side effects which you want to be aware of. But also, it can also cause tinnitus, and the lung will get swelling, which is called lung edema, and you can get kidney failure. So all those things can be, really, really fatal. And I want, people should be aware of what you need to be aware of when you're taking these medications or drugs over the counter. So what are the options for us for when we have pain, and what are natural options available? We have tons of natural options available. And one of my favorite is ginger powder. Ginger powder is a very simple, very non-toxic remedy, which everybody can use and have a minimal side effect, if any. Or ginger we have been using for centuries in Indian culture, in Chinese culture, in Asian culture, and there are, there is always a possibility of rare kind of reaction to anything, but it's not as common as the drugs are. So what you can do, you can take a ginger powder, like a half teaspoon to 1 teaspoon. So the dried ginger powder I'm talking about, because the fresh you have to take higher doses of it. You can take fresh too, but you have to take a lot more dose of it. So almost when you're converting fresh ginger to the dried ginger, half teaspoon of dry powder will be almost like a 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger grounded, like you make into a blended up in a blender or grated. So you can take that 3 to 4 times a day with hot water, or you can dissolve in water and drink it. Ginger is a amazing remedy for pain. Ayurvedically, we have used ginger, like you have a headache, you make a little ginger paste, put in the water, and rub on the wherever you have a headache on the forehead. Be careful, don't put in the eyes, because then you're gonna burn your eyes. But otherwise, it's a safe. You can also put in your knees, you can put in your tummy, especially for the kids. This is a safer remedy rather than giving them oral. And on the head, I will be careful, because kids are not as careful as the adults are. But anywhere else, you can put it on the tummy. If you have a tummy ache, just make a paste and rub on it and let it be. And you can also put a saran wrap around it so the medicine stays. And skin absorbs. Skin is like a porous, and it absorbs everything in. So once we are doing that, we are actually having a good effect of anti-inflammation. It is also anodyne. It reduces the pain. It's an analgesic effect. It also has a diaphoretic effect. So it means if you have a heart, you feel a little hot and you sweat out and you lose the toxins, and which is really good. The other one, which is very common, which is available in our home, is turmeric. Turmeric is very powerful anti-inflammatory, and the studies, I think there is more than 3,000 papers have been published, and I have studied curcumin, which is the yellow pigments in it, very extensively, and it almost blocks inflammation at every level you can think of. and you can take 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder a couple times a day, and the pain will be starting to subside. I will tell you my story. Last year I injured myself doing gardening, and I was had the tractor, and I was doing some front loading with it, and the tractor tilted. As a weekend warrior, and I'm not really good with the machine, and I have to jump out, and then I injured my low back, and there was a fracture, and there was a ligament tear, and I was in so much pain that I couldn't even walk, and I was walking like almost like a zombie, just like a few inches steps. Uh, I start taking the curcuminoids powder, which we have a co-curcumin powder, which is a concentrated around 27 times concentrated in that turmeric, 1 tablespoon every couple hours with the water. So I'll put it that and take some lukewarm water on top of it and swallow it. And by the third day, my 80% pain went away. I would have, I was actually tempted to go and get the ibuprofen and naproxen, but I've been in the industry for so many years now, practicing for 37 years, and I've seen it. And I have not taken Tylenol or ibuprofen for many, many years now. But whenever I took previously, I think 25 years ago or something, I used to get a rash on my face. So I just reminded of that rash and then didn't took it. But the pain after third day was 80% less, and my body was feeling so much better without these side effects. And the maximum side effect of turmeric taking even heavy, you may have a loose stool, which is nothing bad. So we are going to continue our discussion after the break. We will continue what we need to do, other options for pain. Ginger and curcumin we already talked. We will talk about some other herbs which you can buy over the counter, or you can keep them in your home as an emergency. Let's continue our discussion after the break.
Are you looking for quality Ayurvedic and naturopathic treatments for your chronic issues? We offer a holistic, wholesome approach to living with chronic diseases. Call us at 425-453-8022 for more information. If you're suffering with diabetes, heart disease, hormonal issues, digestive issues, and other chronic health issues, we offer comprehensive Ayurvedic and naturopathic treatments to reverse your diseases. Call us at 425-453-8022 for more information. If you or someone you know is diagnosed with cancer and is interested in adjunctive holistic approach, please come and meet our doctors at Ayurvedic and Naturopathic Medical Clinic, or call us at 425-453-8022. That's 425-453-8022. Panchkarma detox treatments are a great way to utilize natural healing mechanisms of the body. Our clinic in Bellevue, Washington offers over 36 years experience in Ayurvedic treatment. Call us for more information about our Panchkarma treatments at 425-453-8022. That's 425-453-8022.
Hi, this is Dr. Sodhi again, and we are talking about the over-the-counter medications and what are the home remedies we can use instead of using those chemicals which has lots of side effects. As I said earlier, I'm not against using those medications, but I will always start with the benign first, which is all these herbs are very benign, which we're talking about, and the toxicity profile is so minimum. It's like a food grade, like a food has toxicity too. It's a food grade. The chemicals has a higher profile of toxicity and causes other problems too. So I'm not against using these drugs, but if we can alleviate these symptoms without using this chemical, that will be the best option. And if you have any questions, you can call me back at 844-301-1250. Again, the number is 844-301-1250. And you can also follow me on the Facebook, Ayurvedic Science. If you get that on your Facebook, Ayurvedic Science, AYURVEDIC Science. And you can also follow me on Twitter, Dr. Virender Sodhi, and our website is www.ayurvedicscience.com. I write almost every day, and a lot of these things which I'm talking on the radio today, I write 5 days a week for you guys, just to educate everybody out there. This is based on my experience and the latest research published on natural medicine and the side effects of certain drugs which are causing a lot of problem for us. So let's talk about what other things you can do for pain management. So we talked about ginger, we talked about curcumin or turmeric. The another herb which is my favorite is Boswellia. We have a product out which is available from the health food store. It's called Pain Gone, and I've again utilized it. I'm also a avid gardener, and I go for hiking, and I also do weight training. And sometimes when you are over jealously lifting weight and doing excessive exercise, your body start to feel that. And I also turned fortunately 60 years old on this April 12th, and so the body is not as 20 years old as I think, but sometimes it gets into little aches and pains. And what I do, if I get into that one, either I take curcumin, the powder, which we have a co-curcumin, which is also available at the health food store, or is the health food store version is co-curcu for that one, or I take a product called Pain Gone, which is the Boswellia product, and I pop in 2 to 3 pills 2-3 times a day, and my results are as good as ibuprofen. And same thing, my patients feel the same way too, whomsoever I prescribed it. So these are much safer alternatives. So you have a Boswellia product, which is Pain Gone. You have a curcumin product, which is co-curcu. Then you have a ginger, which is available at home. Another product, which is also phenomenally good for pain management, is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha, I can write a whole book on it. And in my book, Ayurvedic Herbs, I have devoted a full chapter on ashwagandha. And it's a miracle herb. It's a phenomenally wonderful herb. So many places it works on that I think it is a magic herb. I take ashwagandha on a daily basis because one thing is it balances your hormone. As you get older, the hormones start to dwindle down, and when your hormones are dwindling down, you also have more aches and pains. You get more fibrosis. More fibrosis mean more aches and pains and inflexibility, and so it also increases the toning of the muscles, increase the muscle mass. You want more muscles. Muscles are good for you. So that's why exercise is a very important part of it. So basically, you have lots of options for pain now. You have ginger, you have curcumin or turmeric, you have Boswellia or Pain Gone, or you have ashwagandha. And these all products are available over the at the health food stores. Super supplements carry them, vitamin retailer carry them. But make sure whenever you buy a good company. And I'm not endorsing my company only because we manufacture products also. But I got into by default into this manufacturing the Ayurvedic products because I ordered the products from India. They had heavy metals, and I get emails every day. I get calls every day. Oh, you sell Ayurvedic products. Do your products have heavy metal? Guys, that's how I started to manufacture products in 1988 when I was a graduate from Bastyr University, and I thought it would be a good idea to import Ayurvedic herbs from India. And I went to India, talked to big name companies, like I don't want to name them. They're still big name companies. And all of those products which were brought in here, the FDA tested them. They have heavy metals in them to the highest level that it was unsafe for the human consumption. They had a lot of filth in them. And they have even the mouse poop, and they have the pigeon poop. It was nightmare. And we end up losing all the shipment. And we were also put under red flag because we brought those products in there. Says these guys are not good importers. They bring the junky stuff into the country, and it was a challenge after that. So my option was either I leave the whole idea of bringing Ayurvedic herbs to the USA or do something very different. And I'm very proud that I did something different. So we start growing our herbs so we can control the quality of it. Then we start extracting it, and because there is, I don't know anybody has done prior the standardization of Ayurvedic herbs, and I was the first in 1988 to do the standardization of the Ayurvedic herbs. So we look at the whole herb and what kind of active principles we have, and map them out with the latest technology like thin layer chromatography or high pressure liquid chromatography or gas chromatography or lots of other testings. We saw that what are the active principles we have in that herb, and then every time if we can match that number, that means we standardize it. So we start extracting it, and that's why I'm not in favor of using raw herbs. And a lot of my, especially the Indian folks, bring these products from India, and they say, Dr. Sodhi, can you say this is good? One thing I don't know if it's good or not because I have no idea. But one of the simple tests which I tell them to do is open up that capsule or tablet, and open up the capsule which we give to from our clinic here, and taste the difference. And usually they're complete blowout, because when they see the quality of the product which we manufacture and say, wow, it's very different. Yes, because we have a standard for it. So every capsule which we manufacture has a standard, and is within a pharmaceutical range which has a 3% error. So which is like a very, very good standard for the Ayurvedic products. And that's why I think the results we get in USA of Ayurvedic products, because we have the standard. And my challenge was, when I came to USA, to make a product which will compete against the allopathic drugs, and will give the same kind of benefit which people will seek out, and without getting the side effects, and the quality and the standardization should be there. So I'm very glad to report to you guys that we were very successful today. More than 20,000 doctors uses the product from our company, and in our clinic we have used it for almost 30 plus years, and we have thousands of satisfied customers and patients who has done remarkably good for lots of chronic disease, including cancers to rheumatoid arthritis to diabetes to heart disease, you name it. We have dealt with it, and patients has shown remarkable results with those things. So coming back to the pain stuff now. So we have option number one is ginger powder. You can take from home ginger powder, half teaspoon to 1 teaspoon, 3-4 times a day. Put in water, drink it. Curcumin, or you can use the turmeric. You can put in milk or in a coconut milk. Then we have a boswellia product called Pain Gone or ashwagandha. And ashwagandha, you can take 500 milligram, 1 to 2 capsule, couple times a day, 3 times a day. And you see that your pain, by the way, ashwagandha has similar effect to steroid, like hydrocortisone, but without the side effects of hydrocortisone. So you can see these are powerful herbs. We're not talking about, like a simple, and then the toxicity profile is negligible. I have not seen, after using them for 37 years, the toxicity profile of which is a standard drug. And again, we may need drugs sometime, but if you can get by using these herbs, there'll be a lot more better chances for you getting healing and not destroying your organs. Then let's talk about the fever. Fever is another thing which people seek advice for, or go over the counter to buy the medication. The most commonly used are Tylenol and ibuprofen. Again, kids or adults use this like everybody use it. And I'm surprised that how much it is used. And basically, no use, because what it does, it has an antipyretic effect. It lowers your temperature. But let's talk about the temperature is not bad thing for you. Temperature is a good thing for you. Your body is fighting for you. Why you want to kill that response? Yes, you'll be uncomfortable. Yes, you will have a high fever, or you'll have aches and pain. But your body is fighting with it. And there are ways of mending it without bringing your body temperature too low. Temperature up to 102 is perfectly fine. It does not cause any damage, even in the kids. And the brain damage or the things which has been blown out of proportion for kids is above 106, 107 kind of fever, 104, 105 fever, not much problem. But I will put a safe range up to 102 for the kids. So let's see, if you have 102 fever, don't panic, because a lot of people just, it's very difficult. I think it was difficult when I had young kids too, when my wife and my family will panic when they have fever. I used to be not panic, because I know it's going to be a 2-3 days phenomena and the kids will be over with it. And so one thing which you can do is, if you have a fever above 102, do some cold compresses. Take some towel, put in cold water, wring it, and put it on the head, wash the body like extremities, your arms and your legs. The fever will come down within 30 seconds to 1 minute. You can lower the temperature, right, 1 to 2 degree Fahrenheit, and you will be fine now. Okay. If you don't want to do that, the next option is take a coconut oil, put on the forehead, put it all over the body, and it brings the temperature down to 2 to 3 degrees again. Same thing you can do with the ghee, and you can put the ghee all over the body. This is all the remedies which the grandma used to do, and she was so intelligent. I'm always impressed at the wonderful intelligence our culture had. And now we are just finding out, oh my God, what a wonderful boon we had, and we kind of went away from it and caused big problem for the health. So the cold compresses, coconut oil, you can also use ghee. The another very simple treatment which is called wet sock treatment, so which is basically take 1 or 2 socks and rinse it under the water and cold water of course, and rinse it and get the water out of it as much as you can. It will be still wet, and put on the foot of the kid or the adult, because the naturally the heat goes from hotter to the colder temperature. So the body temperature, especially you are going to remove the heat from the head. And when the head is not hot, you will be fine. You will have not much problem. So simple treatments can make help. Then what you can do if the fever is, you want to get the fever and you have an achy body and you have all those symptoms, nausea with it, headache with it, with the fever. Ginger comes to remedy again. Phenomenally good herb again. At every household we have ginger. If you don't have it, start stocking it from today. Ginger powder, half teaspoon in hot water 3-4 times a day. If you have a small kid, you can put some honey. Although in America, we say don't give it honey below 1 year old. I don't see there's a big problem. But if you don't want to give, that's perfectly okay with me. Because in Ayurvedic medicine, we say honey is good for you. And I have not seen a lot of botulism cases yet to report. But if you want to avoid, because every pediatrician tells don't give honey to the kid, that's okay, fine with me. But adult, are the children more than 1 year old, you can give them honey. And if you don't want to give honey for the younger kids, you can still mix it with like a coconut sugar or maple syrup, or you can use agave syrup. So some kind of sweet, because kid is a kid, you cannot forcefully feed him. And ginger is a little slightly spicy and hot. So you can make it like a little syrup and put with the droppers or half teaspoon or quarter teaspoon in the mouth. And it has a very phenomenally good diaphoretic action, and the fever will start coming down. And so this is simple remedy again, and very non-toxic. Another thing which you can use, which is almost every household has, is a cinnamon. Cinnamon also brings the fever down. So you can take half teaspoon to quarter teaspoon, depending upon if the kid, give him 1/4. You can mix with a little bit of honey or maple syrup, or if it's less than 1 year old, and give to the kid. And especially the adults can take it like up to 1 teaspoon 3-4 times a day. Now your fever is down. And cinnamon has a interesting taste, it has a little spicy and a little sweet taste to it. And when you mix it with some sugar, it actually enhances the effect of it. So now you have all the remedies for pain and fever. And try it out, give feedback to me, because I'll be very happy to, give you more guidelines, and give me feedback that how often when you tried these things, the kids' fever got down. Because will tell you that you will see that almost 70 to 80% kids will get better with this one. And there'll be 10 to 20% who may need further evaluation and treatment. But 70 to 80% people out there may not need the Tylenol or ibuprofen, which is toxic. I will say directly that these all drugs has toxic effects on it. So basically we can create a at home remedy kind of stuff, which will help the whole body. Okay, then common cold is another phenomena, which is upper respiratory tract infection, and 99.9% it is a viral infection, some sort of viral infection. There are lots of viral infection which can attack our upper respiratory tract infection. Rhinoviruses are very common, and which also, you can also take the flu virus in this one too. So basically people can have fever, people can have body aches and chills and all those, things which comes with it. The over the counter, there are lots of medication which is available. And one of them, this is dextromethorphan, little tongue twister, but the common products which is available are Theraflu, Robitussin, Vicks 44, Trimanic, those kind of stuff. And the another one which is used is called Mucinex, which is expectorant. Guaifenesin is the active principle in. So again, those are used. But again, if you don't want to use it, there are other remedies available. And especially the like Robitussin, they are CNS, central nervous system depressant, and can create a problem and can cause a little psychoactive issues with it, and especially for the younger kids. So try to avoid it. The adult may handle a drug differently than a kid, And actually, I'm giving this mainly for the kids, but even adults, I did not use any chemicals or antibiotics when my kids were growing. And you'll be very surprised to know that I never gave antibiotic, never gave Tylenol, never give ibuprofen, never give all those drugs to my kids when they were growing up. And they grow out okay too. They didn't have any problem. They didn't have much issues either. And yes, they got sick too. They got, flu, they got, but they didn't got ear infections because the diet was good. And because the ear infections, 99% are caused because of the food sensitivity. So I realized that if my kids are allergic, and my kids were very allergic to dairy product, and at that time when we were in Seattle, we didn't have a lot of health food store. There was only one health food store, PCC, 65th and Ravenna in Seattle, and it was too far away. We used to live in Everett to go and pick up the goat milk, which was available at that place. So I even had my own goats, and luckily we lived in Everett in Snohomish area, and where we could have goats. So we had 4 goats, and the one thing is the kids had fun with it. They just were milking it. They know where the milk is coming. All those beautiful things which comes with having your own farm animals. But if you have these kind of stuff going on, you can also use natural remedies. And natural remedies, again, ginger is actually, you'll see, I will be go on saying ginger again and again and again. Ginger is such a benign remedy. And one of my favorite remedy for like a cold, flu stuff is you take a ginger, fresh ginger, and you put in a blender and put a half glass of water in it. And then, blend it out. Take the juice out. So what you have left now is like a fiber, and mix it with honey. And you can also put licorice in it too, by the way. Licorice roots are available. And say take a 2 inches of the ginger root, and take around 2-3 sticks of those licorice, stick in there, put in the blender, put some water, and just grind it pretty nicely, and then strain out the water, the juice of ginger and licorice now, and what is left, if a half cup, add a half cup of honey, mix it together, and you take 1 teaspoon 3-4 times a day. So this is, again, very simple remedy for common cold, flu. Ginger has also a warming effect. It also brings the fever down. It also helps with the body aches and pains. Licorice has an expectorating effect, means it brings the mucus out of you and does not allow the lungs to be choked with the mucus. And also has antiviral property. Ginger also has antiviral property. Also have a digestive property. So you're helping the whole process. And we also have a product called Flucommune, which is also available at the health food store. You can also utilize that too. And when you want to utilize Flucommune for adults, you can use 2 capsules 3-4 times a day. For kids, just open up the capsule, mix with honey if it's above 1 year of age, and give to them. If you are lesser than, then mix with the maple syrup or agave syrup or coconut sugar or something of that nature, which is make it sweeten it up, and feed them, and you'll get some good results. And the other thing which you can do is you can use humidifiers, you can use saline washes. There is a over-the-counter saline sprays available for the nose where you can spray it, and the mucus will come drain out of the nose. We also do neti. Neti is a really good way of flushing your sinuses. And we also use in Ayurvedic medicine treatment called nasya. Nasya means nasal application of the oils. So basically, you can take any oil like olive oil or coconut oil and put few drops in your nose, and or you can apply with your finger. Basically, what it does, it lubricates it and does not allow the virus or bacteria to stick to the membrane, and you are getting symptoms free. Also, it protects you from the pollen allergy, because now the pollen are not sitting against the mucous membrane, and you're getting a more clean. And I have allergies too, because we're going to talk about allergies a little later here. And I've almost cured myself. Now it's spring weather. I remember, I think even 7-8 years ago, until I developed the Flucommune, I used to be so allergic. My eyes, my nose. If I go out for a walk, and which I walk every day, I will come back in the office. We usually walk after the lunch here, and I will have to just, my eyes will be like on fire. My nose will be like a burning hot. Now I can go out and walk. Do I feel something? Yes, I do feel, but maybe 1 to 2%, but 98, 99% no. Because I follow this simple nose flush, we put the oil application. You take flucomune. I just take it in the spring weather, and then after that I forget. The another one, which is I have seen it over the counter available, is a water mist, which is like a cold mist. You can inhale it, moistens your mucous membranes and help them to drain. Steam inhalation will be another method of helping that process. So these simple remedies will help you with your common cold, flu, things which you can take on a regular basis. So let's, when we come back and we talk about more sore throat, headaches, and earaches and body aches, and then we'll keep our discussion further with other common illnesses and over-the-counter medications.
If you or someone you know is diagnosed with cancer and is interested in adjunctive holistic approach, please come and meet our doctors at Ayurvedic and Naturopathic Medical Clinic or call us at 425-453-8022. That's 425-453-8022. Are you looking for quality Ayurvedic and naturopathic treatments for your chronic issues? We offer a holistic, wholesome approach to living with chronic diseases. Call us at 425-453-8022 for more information. Panchkarma detox treatments are a great way to utilize natural healing mechanisms of the body. Our clinic in Bellevue, Washington offers over 36 years experience in Ayurvedic treatment. Call us for more information about our Panchkarma treatments at 425-453-8022. That's 425-453-8022. If you're suffering with diabetes, heart disease, hormonal issues, digestive issues, and other chronic health issues, we offer comprehensive Ayurvedic and naturopathic treatments to reverse your diseases. Call us at 425-453-8022 for more information.
So we're talking about over-the-counter medications and what are the home remedies available for those conditions which can be treated at home. And this is what we have done for centuries and centuries until this century, where we have put chemical medicines at the forefront and obviously has a lot more effects with it. And my goal is to teach people that there is a history. We have been using these medicines, herbal stuff for centuries and centuries, and we didn't have the slew of these side effects. And if we can certainly use less of those chemicals. I'm not saying that chemicals may not be needed, may be needed sometime, but not all the time the way we're using right now. And these natural remedies are way less toxic and are even better suited for us because genetically we are designed to treat our body with the herbs. So other problem which people go out and take the over-the-counter medication is sore throat, headache, earache, body aches. Sore throats mainly caused by the viruses, sometimes by strep and some other infections too. And even, I'm very glad to report that even I don't use antibiotic for strep throat. Just monitor it. You don't need to be, because I don't see that it is that bad of thing. In my clinic, we see strep throat. Yes, keep watch on it. And 3 days later, the strep is back to the normal by taking the boosting of the immune system. As I said earlier, the immune system, if it's healthier, it knocks at everything, and our body is a natural pharmacy. It makes all the medication needed for us. But again, whenever you take that route, you have to be careful because if you talk to your doctor, make sure you get the blood test done, make sure you had the culture done, and watch it. And usually 3 days later, you see, oh my God, symptoms are gone without taking the antibiotic. If it's not going in the right direction, certainly needs to do differently. Again, the most common medication for these ones is acetaminophen, ibuprofen type of stuff, and sometimes the benzocaines. Those are kind of numbing things. Lozenges are used. Natural remedies, again, same stuff. Ginger, licorice, drink hot water, rest, good sleep. You may laugh at this remedy, which I'm going to tell you. If you have a sore throat, try this at home. Had a hot water, and maybe 1 cup of it, add a half teaspoon of salt in it and 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. Okay. And now dissolve it and then strain it with a strainer and gargle with it. If you have a sore throat, after doing one gargle, with the 1 glass gargle, you see your pain will subside 50%. It's that effective because chili pepper has a special compound called capsaicin. Capsaicin, and one thing is numbing, and it also stimulates your immune system, and the body is able to fight with it. So very simple, again, home remedy. I think the kids will have a hard time doing it, but the adults can certainly do it. And but for the kids, you can again use simple remedies like ginger, licorice, hot water, which will be good. Cold water is not considered good in Ayurvedically, and in many culture like Chinese culture, they don't consider it good too. The other problem which people seek over-the-counter medication is allergies. Like right now, we are right in the middle of allergies. The pollen season is full swing. We have flowers all over. We have pollens all over, and people are seeing a lot of issues with the asthma, runny nose, runny eyes. So most common drug which is used for that is the diphenhydramine, or Benadryl is the other name for the trade name of it. And the other ones are loratadine, and which comes under Claritin brand. And then there's a cetirizine, which is Zyrtec. And then there's Allegra, which is a fexofenadine. These are all called antihistamine. So when our body is reacting, what it does, there is a force of white cells which is called eosinophils in us. These eosinophils get activated, and they are start to work against those pollens or the things which is coming into our system. And these are filled with histamine. And so when they are fighting with this pollen, they kind of break up and the histamine releases out. And when histamine releases out, we have that itchiness and the burning and sore throat kind of feeling because of the histamine release in those areas, and skin get inflamed. So you can block the histamine by using antihistamine, but this is already, the beans are spilled. So you wanted to do a step further, so protect it. So what you can do to help the allergy? One thing is diet is very important. If you are feeding your body all the wrong food like sugars and dairy product, or allergenic food like nightshade family, like potato, tomato, bell pepper, oranges, citrus family, sometimes chocolate, wine, you are going to get more allergic response, alcohol. But if you eat more natural food, more whole grains, more vegetables, more whole fruit, not the juices, but the whole fruit or smoothie, you will have cut down the allergic response. So second thing is the breathing exercises. Allergies, you can make your lungs stronger, and your nasal cavity, your sinuses more able to drain it, and you will have less problem. I encourage native flush, with the saline salt or saline spray. Again, product like Flucommune. I designed this for my allergies, and it was so effective that I said, okay, we should make a product. Ginger again, licorice, nettles, another, which is available now. If you see, the nettles are blooming all around the area here. And so what I do, usually go out, and you have to put the gloves on, by the way, because you're going to get stinging on your hand, and wash it off, and then put in a pot and cook it, and with a little bit of water, and then you grind it up, and I freeze it, because you can use it like a green vegetable. You can mix it with it. It has a really good effect on the whole body. It is also hematinic, and especially Indian population, which are mostly anemic, who are vegetarian, they can also benefit. And the other benefit is has anti-allergic properties. Fish oil, zinc 15 milligram twice a day will help prevent a lot of allergies. Selenium, which is another nutrient, and is present in Brazil nut. If you take 3 to 4 Brazil nuts a day, that will help you to cut down the allergic response. So you can use, rather than using these drugs, and you will see that your dependence on these antihistamine will be lesser and lesser. A lot of my patients just swear by this, and when they say, my God, Dr. Sodhi, when we follow your protocol, we are right on. The next common problem which people seek over-the-counter medication is heartburn. Big, huge subject there, and there's lots of stuff which is used. Like one of the common is Pepto-Bismol, Simethicone. Then we have other drugs which is like a Renetidine, Tagamet, Zentec kind of stuff, and then the more nastier ones which we call proton pump inhibitor, Prilosec and Prevacid, which has been shown to have lots of side effects, increasing your heart attack, messing up your digestive system. Actually, almost everything messes up your digestive system. So, because the heartburn is there because there is you're doing something wrong. So watch your food. If you love your fried food, if you love your spicy, and on my website ayurvedicscience.com, I have written a chapter, is your food making you toxic? I think if anyone who wants to get benefit what I've said in that one should read that chapter. Our food is making us toxic because what we do, we deep fry it, or we cook the spices, we use it wrong way of cooking. The oils we fry in become more toxic, and we talked about all the science behind it. So read that one, and if you start using the way I told you, you will see big changes in them. So what you can do, what remedies you can use, first the food, then ginger. Again, say, wow, ginger is almost everywhere. Licorice, apple cider vinegar, calcium carbonate will be a good, heartburn remedy, very quick one. And I will not like to be on this proton pump inhibitor for long term, because those are not the good one for you guys. And I want you to cut down slowly, or seek the help of a health care practitioner. Go to a naturopathic doctor. They all are very well trained in the subject, and they will help you. And a lot of people have the food sensitivities, and if you're not taking care of food sensitivities, you're not going to have better results with it. So again, simple things: ginger, licorice, you can't go wrong. And a lot of time, people say licorice will increase your blood pressure. I have a good news for you. For the last 37 years, I've not seen people having high blood pressure with the licorice. Yes, it is every medical exam, every medical doctor is asked that question. I think there may be few subset of people who has high blood pressure because it retains sodium, and sodium can bump your blood pressure up. But I have not seen it. I have used it for 37 years. Again, anything, if there is no freebies, there is always a give and take. But if you're watchful, if you use it carefully, you're not going to have high blood pressure either. Apple cider vinegar, another very simple remedy, which you can put in water and take it with your food, sip it, and you help digest your food properly. And interestingly, people who has a reflux or GERD, gastroesophageal reflux, has a low hydrochloric acid, and we are making their acid further by blocking that acid production. It does not going to help your system. So apple cider vinegar, ginger helps in digestion, increase your mood acid, but at the same time protect your linings of it. And licorice is a really good cool. And there is another form of licorice which is called DGL, or deglycerized licorice, which is they have taken the glycyrrhizinic acid out of it, and which is basically is considered raise the blood pressure. So DGL is another very simple option. The other common problem which people seek the over-the-counter medication is constipation. Very, very common, by the way, especially kids and even adults. And the kids who have constipation will be switching to become irritable bowel syndrome as they get older if you don't watch what is going on with them. So one of the things is food sensitivities. A lot of food people can be allergic to. Milk, very constipating, by the way. A lot of food, if you don't have a good amount of fiber, you will be constipated. If you eat a lot of meat, heavy meat diet, you will be constipated. So simple treatment is you get the fiber in your diet. And where you get the fiber? Whole grains, whole bean. Unfortunately, we have the grains which has been stripped off the outer skin. Like rice is polished, so there is no fiber. The wheat has been bleached and it's very white. And we have taken out the skin. All those are fiber, which is really good for you. The heavy fiber grains are like oat. Oatmeal is really good. Flax seeds are really good. Chia seed, a lot of good fiber in it. And what I do is I grind them fresh in a coffee grinder and let it soak. It gels up with the water, and then I cut some fruit and mix it like a jello. And if you want to put some honey, okay, especially for the kids. Kids are kids and they not going to enjoy those kind of bland food. But if you put some nice fruit in it and put some the grounded up chia seed and flax seed, maybe 1 tablespoon of each, and put some water, let it soak. In around a couple hours, it becomes like a jello. Now you have cut some fruit and you mix with it and you put a little dab of honey on it. Now the kid will be very happy, almost like a jello. So just tell him this is a jello. It's a vegetarian jello. And you will see it will remove the constipation because there's a lot of fiber in there, and the body will have a very happy time with this whole thing. Water is very important for constipation. Most of the kids are adults who have constipation, don't drink enough water. For adults, I tell them to have around 7 to 8 glasses of water. And probiotics is another thing. Figs, prunes, you can use. Trifle is another thing which you can use. So looks like we are coming to an end here, and I had a lot more things to discuss, but looks like the time just flew. And keep listening to our program. We have started yoga classes, and if you are interested in that one, call our clinic 425-453-8022. And also I'm going to start some meditation classes and cooking classes, because the food is your basis, and if you want to stay healthy, you have to know how to cook food and what the best food for you. So with that, I'm going to take a leave until next week, when we'll come with a new stuff for you guys. And if you have any questions, send us an email, call us, and we'll be very happy to respond to you. Have a wonderful day.
Want to host your own radio show and reach the entire Seattle Desi audience? Visit desi1250am.com or email us at contact@desi1250am.com.
The Emerald Queen Casino is pleased to present an exclusive evening with the innovator of the new Jack Swing. Saturday, May 6th, it's Keith Sweat.
Girl, you got me twisted over, yeah.